We are making this halter neck balloon dress today, and first of all I want to cut it on the paper. Now this format I'll be using for the paper will come on the lining. Okay, it will be what I will use for the lining. So I folded the paper into two, and I'm drawing an horizontal line at the top edge of this paper, trying to get the measurement of what I am going to use. I want to measure the whole of this horizontal line to know what I can take out for the shoulder measurement. Now this is an assumed state. So I used 1 inch. I observed the shoulder slope and front neckline, and I connected it to the neck width. I observed the arm cuff to the chest point, and then I'll place a quarter of the bust circumference plus 1.5 inches for seam allowance. Now I'll be using half inch for ease allowance and 1 inch for the seam allowance. From the measurement that I have on the chest point, I'm going to slant it downwards to the length of what I want to use. Now for the lining, it will be 34 inches, but on the fabric it will be longer than that. After I've done that, I am cutting this out. And that's for the front panel. I'm folding another piece of paper into two like this. I'll place the front on this other folded paper. Now I want to cut the back panel at this point. So pinning it down, I will go down more on the front neck depth, so when I'm drawing up the back neckline on this paper, it will be obvious for us to see. So for the back neck depth, I'll be using 1 inch, and it will be the same thing as the front neck width. At the front neck width, I'll go in with about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so when I'm sewing it, it will not go into the neckline. So I'll then slant it to meet the chest line. I'll cut it out. I'll label this front and the back panel. On the back panel, I will slash open the neckline, from the neckline downwards, just so it will be easy for you to wear. Now this will be for the lining, okay? And the lining will be shorter than what I'll be cutting on the fabric. For the lining, I use an aline format. For the fabric, I'll be using 180-degree format. On a bigger paper, like I said, I'll be using 180-degree flare for the main fabric. So I folded it diagonally like this, and I'm bringing in the front panel first. Now on the front panel, because of the gathers in the middle, I'll leave about 1 inch from the midpoint. I'll go inwards with about 1 inch, so we have that gather in the middle, and then I'll draw an horizontal line at the shoulder line. Like I said, I'm making the fabric to be longer than the lining. So using that horizontal line at the shoulder line, I am, creating an arc for the length. Now, the lining will be about 34 inches, and I'll be adding like 8 inches to that for the main fabric, just so we'll have that balloon effect. Okay, so either you use the horizontal line at the shoulder line, or you use the apex of this, folded paper, and you will get the point. When you get the measurement that you have for the length, and then you will use it to create an arc. I used the horizontal line at some point, but I realized the arc was not really giving me what I want, and so I decided to use the apex. I observed that it was because I shifted it inwards. So from the chest line, I am slanting it to meet that new length, the arc that I created for the length, and I'll cut this out. So on the main fabric, this will be the length, okay? So I labeled this accordingly, and I'll be cutting the back panel as well. Now, because we don't need gathers for the back panel, there'll be no need to observe any kind of margin. So I'm simply bringing the center line of the lining on the center line on the fabric. So from the shoulder line, I created an arc for the length. I'm using 8 inches as well, okay? So the lining for the back neckline will be 8 inches longer. And I'm bringing in the front panel just so we'll have the same side. And I'll just trace this out to the chest line, okay? So like I said, the chest line, the neckline, the shoulder will be the same thing for both the lining and the fabric. So after I've traced that out, I'll cut it out. And that's exactly what I'll be repeating on the lining and the fabric. So this is the lining. I got 1.5 yards of this lining. Okay, so at this point, I will advise that when you're making this dress, you should get 2 yards. Okay, so I created a neck width of 2.5 inches and a neck depth of 2 inches for the front panel. And I'll curve this. And because this is going to be a sleeveless, okay, so I usually subtract 1 inch from my shoulder measurement. Subtracting 1 inch from my shoulder measurement, I have 7. At that point, I am observing the shoulder slope and connecting it to meet the neck width. So now I'll place the 7 inches again on the shoulder slope and I'll measure 7 inches downward. So at that point, I will mark 7 inches again for the shoulder measurement. So I will have a straight line. And at that 7 inches, I'm connecting it horizontally for the chest line. On the chest line, I am placing 1/4 of the bust circumference plus 1.5 inches for both the ease and the seam allowances. So getting the midpoint of the chest line, I will want to create my curve by going inwards at that midpoint with 1/2 inch. I'll create the arm curve. So at that point, the measurement I have on the chest line, remember we are working on the lining, I'll simply slant it to meet the length of 34 inches. Now I'm using 34 inches as the length for the lining. At the edge there, I went up with 1 inch and I curved it to meet the length. So we'll have the halter neck. From the arm curve, I'll simply slant it to make the neckline. And I want to add about 1/2 inch to this, so when I am sewing, it will not go into the neckline. Okay, so I'll cut it out, cut the length and the side. So this is for the front panel. And at this point, I will advise that you get 2 yards of lining because I couldn't have that folded part, and that's the effect I really wanted for the back panel. So I had to got 2 good pieces that will be enough for the back panel, and I created a margin. That margin I will sew at that point, but on the fabric I won't want to do the joining, so I'll simply make it a folded part. So after getting that margin, I'll use 1/2 inch to sew that margin. After drawing out the margin that I'll be using for the allowance, I will then draw a horizontal line at the shoulder there and then observe 1 inch for the back neck depth, and I'll connect it to the neck width, making it the same with the front. The only difference now for the back is just that neckline and the 1 inch that we'll have to add. Placing it on the fabric, I have folded the fabric diagonally and I've left about 1.5 inches allowance, from the midpoint inwards. I left about 1.5 inches, and then I will pin this down to the fabric. That 1.5 inches is so that we'll have that gather we see there, and then I will mark out the shoulder line, and from there I'll get the length for the fabric. Remember I said the fabric will be 8 inches longer than the lining. Now you can use that shoulder line to get the length, or you can use the apex to get the length. Now because of that 1.5 inches I left from the midpoint there, when I used the shoulder line, it didn't really give me the arc the way I wanted, so I took it from the apex, just like you can see the clip where I used the paper. And then I made the fabric 8 inches longer and cut it out. Now from the chest line, I slanted it to meet the length arc, and that's it for the front panel. For the back panel, remember I said I'll be joining the lining. But for the fabric, I do not want that joining, so I folded the fabric into two and made it diagonally again. But the only difference for the back panel is that I'll slash it open about 6 inches downwards from the neck depth, so you can wear it. So now we start sewing it. I'll bring the lining together and make the right side to face the right side, and I'll first of all join the back lining. So after joining it, I'll leave about 6 inches from the neck depth, and then I'll join the sides, bring the right side of the front panel to face the right side of the back panel. I'll hold 1 inch, or you can take out that 1.5 inches that we used for the same allowance. Okay, and I'll do the same thing for the fabric. After that, we'll work on the neckline. So we'll first of all turn the back neckline. Okay, but before we do the neckline, we'll first use that part on the lining to turn the slit that we made on the fabric. So remember, we use 1/2 inch, so you align it such that you first of all consider the neckline. Make sure that the lining covers the neckline, and then whatever excess you have, because we have 1/2 inch wider for the lining, whatever excess you have, of course you know how to control it. So we'll be sewing from the fabric side, and we use about 1/2 inch. You can use 1/4 inch, you can use 1/2 inch to turn that part. Whatever excess you have for the lining, you will trim it out. So for me, I used the lining to turn it and then top stitch, so the lining will be inwards. Okay, so after turning that slit, I will turn the back neckline and top stitch. Now for the front neckline, because we have some excess on the fabric, we'll make it such that you will notch the midpoint on the fabric and the midpoint on the lining. I use this method when I'm working with gathers, so I can arrange it evenly. And so you make sure that the lining neckline aligns with that of the fabric. You pin it at the middle there, and then you make sure that the shoulder aligns. Whatever excess you have there, it's going to be gathers. For the drawstrings that we are going to use around the neck, I had this piece of fabric that is 2 inches height and about 32 inches long. So I will leave the link of how to make a drawstrings in the comment section. And then after making the drawstrings, and I've worked on the neckline. Now for that slit, I forgot to add here, when you're turning that neckline, you will need to leave about 3/4 inch from the neckline. Now I will show you subsequently when we go forward. Turning the arm cuffs, you bring the lining, the right side of the lining to face the right side of the fabric. Now I am trying to turn it inside out, just the way you can see me do. You ensure that the right side of the lining faces the right side of the fabric. Now at the neckline, remember I said you leave about 3/4 inch, okay, at the top there. Before you start sewing, you sew it to the other end. You stop at 3/4 before the neckline. After turning the arm cuff, I'll pass the drawstrings through the channel that we created, and then we'll gather the downside. We'll use the lining to turn, just make it go around and gather it properly, and this is what we have. If this video adds any value to you at all, give me a thumbs up, like and share. Thank you so much for watching.